May I may I share that our HA standard book always write about the SOP, about patient identification, that we should not identify the patient based on bed. We should identify the patient based on the name, the family name, at least 2 identification. But it depends on which hospital use which policy, at least 2 identification to identify the patient. Maybe the Chom Thong Hospital have a policy, but maybe there's some contributory factor that she or the nurse did not follow the protocol, or maybe some non-compliant because of the tired, the distraction, or the stress, or whatever. But I think we have actually the strong protocol for patient identification that never identify with the bed, always identify with the name or the HN or the ID of the patient, or always ask the patient first and then you give the drug. But you have a good point about double check or cross check that it may help as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think everybody has the same good policy, and I really applaud that you have all those policy in place. I never think that you don't have. I really think that you already have those SOP is there. Obviously, in this case, there is a high degree of non-compliance by the staff. That's one. But instead of me blaming, or I would say I just blame the staff, that's the final. Nothing else, there's no more problem. We just blame the staff for non-compliance, right? So if we just want to blame the staff, then you don't need to do any more investigation. But if you continue the same arrangement, the same environment for the next staff to work in, you are going to have another opportunity or chance for the same accident to happen again. Because you didn't change anything else except for the one human being. Yes, the staff has non-compliance. I agree. But she did not perform error because she chose to. It is a distraction. There's many other elements. One of the other elements I want you to think of is the environment of work. And then the actual amount of work and the work that they need to do. If we provide adequate, I'm not saying that the nurse is not at fault, but I want you to objectively study whether we have enough staff. Maybe if you do an investigation, the finding is we have enough staff. So happened, one of the staff went to the toilet. Example. You will have all sorts of different findings. So truly, at the end of the day, is this human error. It will have that opportunity. So every other things in the environment, in the equipment we use, in the process, it's all good. But there will be cases where truly this particular person is making the error. Then this particular person have to take the responsibility. And what do you learn? Means we will have staff that potentially are like her. So therefore, we need to ensure that there is a stronger compliance to that particular process you have already designed. That's what they have to do. Okay, so an example of this, but very well designed chronology of event. I really like that there is a good detail. You tell what happened, what time, you found a certain route, and you found also the type of medication, the people involved, the process that is involved, where the location is. It's good to know. And this is what we need. We need more information in the report so that we can learn. And when we do analysis, we can know more about this. If I would perform a thorough analysis using the tools I was telling you about, I will ask questions in every category so that we can review the case, and then more answers can come out, and then more things we can learn. That's basically what we want to do. That is why when HAI told me, or Dr. Piyawan or Dr. Anuwat told me that you have an NRLS system, there's a lot of data, I say, fantastic. This is your first start. We have to learn. Unfortunately, the only way we can learn is that we know those problems. If we don't know, we don't learn. That's the key. So we need you guys to continue to provide this sort of report as nice as this and more detailed as this as well. Okay? So that's case 1. Any other comments online anymore? No? Yes? No more? Okay, we will do case 2. Case 3? Ah.
May I have a slide? Actually, because I'm an anesthesiologist, so the event happened in the OR. No, case 2.
Yes.
Yes. So it's the eye room. It's a 4-year-old girl came for elevator resection of the left eye at the 8th of December 2022. Her weight was 20 kilo. So usually we do general anesthesia with endotracheal tube intubation, and usually we calculate the dose based on the body weight. She body weight at 20. So usually we give fentanyl with the opioid, about 1 microgram per kilo. So 20 microgram was given, and also the induction agent. But actually, because she did not have the IV, so we did the inhalation induction with sevoflurane. And then after that, we put the IV, and then we add a little bit of propofol to get the deeper. And then we give muscle relaxant for her to get relaxed, so the performer, intubator, can put the tube in her throat. So cisatakurium, or the trade name called Nimbex, was given at 6 milligram. But usually the intubating dose was 0.15 milligram per kilo. And so basically she should meter 3, but now she get 6. But by the time during the administration, no one aware that cisatakurium 6 milligram was given. And after that, anesthesia team, after the drug are given, they just noticed that there was overdose, because the one that prepared, that coming back, that so surprised that where all the medicine go, where all the cisatakurium go, because the one that prepared the medicine, the cisatakurium, is not the one that give it the med to the patient. Yeah. So it just happened quickly. So, we noticed right after, and then after we check at the label, that the Nimbex was labeled as 2 milligram per ml. Usually the 2 milligram per ml we label for the adult. Usually for the adult, we diluted and we put the concentrate at 2 milligram. But for what we have a protocol that for the children, usually we will dilute it like double to be 1 milligram per ml. But at that morning, we didn't know that why the nurse prepared 2 milligrams. So that's why it happened. Yes. But after that, we called the staff. I'm not a staff in the room, but they called the staff in the room that the girl received double dose of cisatakurium. So the staff came and then evaluate the patient. So actually, the operation was like 45 minutes, but after finish the operation, we need to wait for her for another 30 minutes to make sure that the muscle relaxant, the overdose one wearing off, and then we just put her sleep nicely, and then we wait for the time, and then we use monitoring, and then extubate her. And she's actually safe after that. Yes. And this is the label that I want to show you, that usually for the children one, we label like very diluted. Like for the, this is all the succinylcholine is one of the resuscitation drug for the anesthesia. So usually for the adult, we label at 50 milligram per ml. But here for the children, we label as 10. And propofol is just like that, 10 milligram per kilo. And also the Levophed or noradrenaline, usually we label at 10. So like 10 times more concentrate compared to the children, like only 1. And also for the cisatakurium, at the left-hand side there in the middle, we try to use the color code to identify that which agent was used, for example, for the opioid, like fentanyl there, it have a blue highlight. Also at the middle is the orange highlight for the muscle relaxant, same as succinylcholine. And for the saline, we just put the label by the handwriting. Yeah, so that means that they occur, they didn't follow the protocol that we recommend to do. Yeah, that's it.
Good. Medication error in operating room. Good. Anyone have any comments about what? So is this another human error? Yes? No? Is this another human error? Yes? No? Okay, we identify human is. I told you from the morning, human do all the error. You don't believe. That's why you have to think about human factor. So fine, we have a human error. We all recognize there was a mistake done. We understand that. Non-compliance also exists. Did they follow protocol? What about communication protocol, right? So the other things that I want you to think about is the process, right? The preparation of the process. And then the communication process, particularly the nurse preparing the medication is something very scary. So I tend to want to see my pharmacy preparing it at least. So that will be very scary. And that is one of the key things that we'll think about. So what happened to that process? So is there something we need to take a look at from the process point of view? Right?
May I show you that we have the process, very good process at prepare the medicine at the ward, at the ICU, at the OPD if they need to do like chemo. But for the OR, actually, it is very freely that whatever we like to prepare. And we did not actually have two persons to try to verify for each other. That after that, we do the RCA, like everybody does, that what actually happened. And we try to set the new policy that when you do the preparation of anesthetic agent, which we consider that all medicine all the agent of anesthesia are high risk, high drug alert, because it's all high risk. So we set the policy that at least two nurse or maybe
Doctor.
two, maybe we can cross-check like different different career, like doctor or nurse, or could be different level of training, like a trainee or trainer, at least two to check, verify, to like double verify. But in the process of injection, administrator, always we don't have the confirmation as well. You just give what you have to give. You just look by yourself and then you just give. But this is also the weak point. We need to admit that our OR administrator medicine is very weak. Every process is weak. So that's why we have to do a lot of RCA and talk over and over again. Try to get stronger protocol and get stronger awareness of also a staff, the nurse staff, the anesthesia staff. That's what we try to do. And this label we also develop after the event occur as well. But before we don't have that. But now we said we should have like a pre-label before, and then for the kids.
Fantastic. Actually, this is very good.
Yeah, it's just come
Labeling.
after the event, so had to admit that. So we try, because we know that everybody make error. I mean, human make error, especially in the OR, if you chaos and get distract like every other situation outside OR as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. So they recognize there's a human error. They also recognize that there is further improvement that we can do in terms of the process. So what they did was they went on there, and they went additionally creating the labeling for medication. It is not new thing. If you label your ICU, if you label your post-surgical ward and medication ward, your CICU, you can label your OT. It is not a new thing to do. You label your medication everywhere else. So why is it new to label in OT? So it is something that you can do additional steps, yes, but it's to help you prevent. And people have a chance now to read and see what is there. And more importantly is that I like the new change of the process, that now you have, this is what we call process engineering. You're using steps on the process to limit certain movement of the error so that there is another chance to stop it from happening.